Sonny's emotional farewell. Maurice Benard's retirement from General Hospital. The bustling streets of Port Charles had seen decades of power struggles, love stories, and heartbreaking betrayals, but nothing compared to the storm brewing within Sonny Corinthos. The man who had defined the city's underworld, walked the fine line between hero and anti-hero, and loved fiercely, was about to say his final goodbye. For months, whispers circulated about Sonny's future. His enemies sensed weakness, his allies tightened ranks, and his family clung to the hope that the legend of Sonny Corinthos wouldn't come to an end. But now, the time had come. The weight of goodbye. Sonny sat alone at the dimly lit corner of his penthouse, a glass of whiskey untouched on the table. Jason Morgan, his right-hand man and the closest thing he had to a brother, entered silently. Jason didn't need to ask. He had known Sonny long enough to recognize the look in his eyes. "You're really doing this?" Jason finally broke the silence. Sonny exhaled deeply, running a hand through his dark hair, the weight of decades heavy on his shoulders. "I have to. For Carly, for my kids, for myself." Jason nodded, the pain evident in his usually stoic expression. "Port Charles without you. It doesn't seem real." Sonny smirked. "Maybe that's the point. Maybe it's time for Port Charles to move on. Time for you to step into your own legend." Jason shook his head, the ache of loss already creeping into his heart. "You know that's not how it works. Carly's tears and the love that never dies." Carly Corinthos, the firebrand who had loved Sonny through storms and sunshine, sat on their balcony, eyes rimmed with unshed tears. She had heard rumors before, but hearing it from Sonny himself shattered something inside her. "Sonny, you don't have to do this," she pleaded. "We've fought through everything. You can stay." He knelt before her, taking her trembling hands in his. "Carly, I love you. I always will. But the life I built, it's a cage. I need to let go before it destroys everything we've fought for." Carly's lip quivered, her fingers tightening around his. "Then let's leave together. We can start over." Sonny's heart clenched at the desperation in her voice, but he shook his head. "This is something I have to do alone. You'll be okay. You're stronger than you even know." Tears finally spilled down Carly's cheeks, but she knew. She had always known. When Sonny made up his mind, there was no turning back. Saying goodbye to Michael and Dante. Michael Corinthos had always looked up to his father, even when their relationship was strained. Now, staring at Sonny, 1,000 memories flooded his mind. Learning how to ride a bike, late-night talks, lessons about life and loyalty. "You don't have to go, Dad. We can find another way," Michael urged. Sonny placed a hand on his son's shoulder. "You have your own family to protect now. This is my way of making sure you don't carry my burdens." Dante Falconeri, Sonny's son by blood but a cop by duty, stood by the door. For years, he had tried to bring Sonny to justice, yet he had always respected him. "So, this is it? The end of Sonny Corinthos?" Dante asked, his voice thick with emotion. Sonny met his eyes, seeing the same determination that ran through his own veins.
"Nah, Dante.
It's not the end. Just a new beginning." The final meeting at the docks. The night was crisp, a gentle wind rolling in from the water. Sonny stood at the edge of the docks, where so many of his biggest moments had played out. He waited, knowing Jason, Carly, Michael, and even Dante would come to see him off. "You could still change your mind," Jason said one last time. Sonny shook his head. "Take care of them for me." A single tear slipped down Carly's cheek, and for once, she didn't wipe it away. "You better come back one day." Sonny gave her one last lingering look before stepping onto the waiting boat, disappearing into the night as the city he ruled for decades faded behind him. Maurice Benard's legacy lives on. As Sonny Corinthos leaves Port Charles, Maurice Benard's legendary portrayal comes to an emotional conclusion. After decades of embodying the complex, charismatic, and deeply flawed mob boss, Benard is stepping away from General Hospital. His impact on the soap opera world is unparalleled. Fans have watched him battle enemies, fall in love, lose and regain everything, and fight through mental health struggles with authenticity. His portrayal of bipolar disorder brought awareness and compassion, shaping discussions beyond the screen. While Sonny's departure is heartbreaking, Maurice Benard's legacy will never fade. Whether this is a permanent goodbye or merely a see you later, one thing remains certain: Port Charles will never be the same. The end of an era, but the legend lives on.